Hey y'all, I'm doing squash again today. Squash out of the garden, fresh out of the garden. Today I'm doing my favorite casserole. It's this one. I don't know if you can see it or not. It is out of the Georgia Farmers Market Bulletin when me and Sweet Hunter first got married, which is a long time ago. It calls for 3 cups of squash, sliced or chopped, a can of cream of mushroom soup, 2 teaspoons of grated onion, 1 cup of grated sharp cheese, salt and pepper to taste, 1/3 cup of melted butter or margarine, 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs or crackers, which is what I'm using today, saltine crackers crushed, 2 eggs beaten. You cook the squash, mash it, you add all those ingredients. Then for the topping mix, you're gonna do 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs or crackers like I'm doing. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of butter and just sprinkle it on top. And you're gonna bake it at 425 for 20 minutes. So let's get started. So I'm gonna let that boil, it won't take long, and then we'll mash it up. Okay, it took about 12-15 minutes for this to get done, and I'm mashing it up, and I'm doing it with a potato masher, but you can do it with anything. You can do a mixer if you want to. Talk today, evidently. So I drained most of the water out and just left some in there. You're seeing the back of the pan, I know. And so I'm mixing the squash. And then I'm gonna add all the ingredients. So it calls for, let's just do it in order. It calls for 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Now I have used cream of chicken soup too before. So, let's just, and you know, I always tell you, make sure and wash the top of your cans. Actually, I wash the whole can when I bring them in from the store, but wash them, the top of them if you don't, before you use them. All right, and then it calls for 2 teaspoons of grated onion, and I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. I didn't grate them, I chopped them. Stir it up, and I forgot the cheese, hold on. So it calls for 1 cup of grated sharp cheese. Guess at that. Stir that up, mix it all together. And salt and pepper. And then it calls for 1/3 cup of melted butter. I melted a whole stick, and you need some for the topping, so I'm just gonna use most of that in there. And it calls for 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. As y'all can see, I just guessed. And then the 2 eggs, I've already beat them. We'll add that in. This is so easy. It's my favorite casserole. Now I do have several squash casseroles that I like to make. And if y'all want to see more of those, I'll be glad to make videos on those. But you can also visit my cooking blog. I think I'm gonna have to start a new blog because both of them I'm locked out of again. Can't figure out how to get in them, so just transfer all my stuff over. But if you'd like to go to my cooking blog, it's cookingwithval.blogspot.com. Okay, now we're gonna put it in the baking dish. I've got the oven preheating at 425. Now you can do this topping, you can do it different ways. So I am going to mix my cracker crumbs, and you can use Ritz too. I don't know if I said that. You could use Ritz or panko. I'm just out of panko. So it calls for 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, and then the margarine. Where'd I put the margarine? Oh, I got it right in. That's what I put the breadcrumbs in. And then you just sprinkle this mixture with your hands on top of this. It just gives it a little topping. You don't even have to do that. You could put cheese. You could do the Ritz crackers like I just did the saltines. Just however you want to do it. Now I'm going to put this in the oven. And I'm going to bake it for 20 minutes. Okay, the timer's going off. In the meantime, I've washed the dishes, got the kitchen straightened up, fixed the egg salad sandwich for Sweet Hunter. I ended up eating one too. So actually, this will probably be part of our supper tonight, which is not going to be a whole lot. But here it is. It smells so good. Let me see if I can get this down. Let's see. Okie dokie, there it is, all done. It'll be ready for tonight. Like I say, it's great warmed over. It's great leftovers. You can even freeze this. You can freeze it in containers, or you can freeze it right in this dish. And just label it and put what you do, if it's fully cooked or not. I hope these videos are helping somebody, and I know somebody's gonna ask me what my shirt says if you hadn't saw it before. I've worn it many times. It says, what does it say? Whoever said diamonds are a girl's best friend obviously does not own chickens. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, y'all go cook something.